right there. It's Seuss.
Oh, yeah, I see him now.
You smoked him, dude.
Yes.
Congratulations, dude.
Thank you, dude. Thanks for sticking with me. That was incredible. Back in 2021, Cole joined Midwest Land Group as a Western Kansas agent. With his local network of landowners and his knowledge of the land combined with decades of experience deer hunting, it was very apparent that selling land was going to be a perfect fit for him. Right away, Cole found a very unique opportunity on a Western Kansas farm that was about to go to auction, so his family and mine all went in together and we were able to purchase a special piece of ground that we would begin to get to work on to transform into a bow hunter's paradise.
Goofy.
I think it's just because he's trotting downhill. He's kind of going like,
Yeah. Huh. Cool.
Shawn. Freaking nice.
Oh, the gnarly buck.
Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss. We already named him. Cole put a couple cameras out and got this weird looking deer. I mean, he's pretty awesome deer. Like non-typical looking thing. I don't know if he bent it in velvet or what, but we named him Dr. Seuss on the way up here. Pretty awesome. Got a lot of freaking cover. It's huge.
What do you want from me? What are you wanting?
I don't know, advertise yourself.
Oh, okay. My name's Cole Shoemaker, Midwest Land Group agent in Central and Western Kansas. Helped Shawn and the boys find this farm, so call me up. I can do the same for you. I'm not good at interviews.
After the initial walkthrough on the farm, we quickly confirmed that this was going to be a very unique piece of land. The habitat was already well established with massive amounts of cover, as well as multiple water sources that really seemed to be somewhat scarce in this region of Kansas. With the property being surrounded by neighboring destination food sources, it almost serves as a giant sanctuary to neighboring properties. Having Cole living so close to the property also helps tremendously with any fine-tune adjustments or anything that needs to be changed on the property, since I don't live all that close to it.
So yesterday we covered not so much of what you'd really think we covered off of 7 miles of walking, but part of the bottom portion, most of that CRP, so we really couldn't cover it too well. And it's too dry to burn out here, so we couldn't burn it off like we wanted to. But covered some of the hills. We're just going to continue to cover the hills again today and see if we can pick up any of these sheds. But there's no really designated food source on here yet, so they're kind of just spread all over the place. It's pretty much supposed to be identical to yesterday. Wow, it's weird. That's so funky.
Is that him?
Yeah. I don't notice any other, or I don't know of any other deer that looks like this. But it's crazy. I think he just injured it, I think, in velvet. Like he broke it and it kept growing. So weird.
Where's that, Shawn?
Dr. Seuss. Even though he probably won't be so strange next year. Still a cool buck. Oh.
His other side's pretty big.
Yeah, his other side's big. He's got big old base. Good base on him. Cool.
The story of Dr. Seuss really began after picking up that first shed. Yeah, we had trail cam pics of him, but finding that first shed solidified his uniqueness and that he was clearly living on the property. He'd be a buck that we would definitely pursue, so setting up a game plan to hunt him and getting some sort of supplemental food would be vital for the future to come. Trophy Rock is such a great product for this because it not only gives deer key supplements they need, but its long-lasting ability makes it great for a property we would be doing our best to stay off of.
on the road to Kansas, mid-October, and I would love to say that we have a cold front in the forecast, but we don't. The good news is the buck that we're going to be hunting, called Dr. Seuss, he was in front of one of the cameras this morning, so it should be good. He shouldn't be very far from there. We are after Mr. Seuss.
So we came down here in this draw, and we're like 100 yards from a cell cam I have over here on the hill with the trophy rock, and he hit the trophy rock this morning. But I couldn't tell which direction he went back to bed. So we just came across this ridge, got to this cedar that looked decent, where like all these draws kind of meet, and just brushed in a little blind right here. I don't know if it's gonna work, because I mean, you just have to randomly walk by, but thankfully they all kind of converge right here, so there's a really good chance we'll at least see him. The hard part will just be getting him in range, hoping he's in range. Feels good, yeah, feels good to finally be hunting this farm for the first time. It's exciting. Deer, buck, little buck. Up on the hill, probably 400, 500 yards away. Makes me feel pretty good about our spot. There's a buck. Oh yeah, that's him. He's walking away. He's probably like 400 yards away. He may be going down to that pond. Seuss is on the loose. With this being the very first time hunting the farm, I was ecstatic. And the weather wasn't ideal, but that was beside the point. I was just excited to set foot on the farm with a bow in my hand for the first time. I had no expectations, but we ended up laying eyes on Dr. Seuss at last light. We had a few days left to hunt on this trip, and I wasn't going to be disappointed if I didn't get an opportunity this go around, because I knew the next time hunting the farm was going to be during the rut. All right. We are back. I have a lane there, and a clear one there. This is going to be legit. Like, you can see this whole hillside. If he comes out of the valley, we're going to see him. Hopefully it's in range.
Peak of the rut right now. Peak of the whitetail rut. So it'll be fun to see what we can experience. This will be the first time us hunting this farm during the rut, so it's gonna be exciting, that's for sure.
A few weeks had now passed. The weather, the color, and the deer activity had all changed for the better, but one thing that had changed for the worst was Seuss had now broken off quite a few tines. At first, I contemplated not hunting him any longer, but after thinking it over and talking with the guys, we came to the conclusion that this was such a special buck. Lost tines was just a characteristic, not a deal breaker.
That looks like a good buck. I'm gonna try to rattle him over here.
Oh, he's coming. He's running. Sweet.
After spending a little time on the farm, it was quickly apparent that tree stand hunting was essentially off the table. There's literally only 2 to 3 trees on this entire farm that would even allow us to hunt from a stand, so the strategy would be to hunt solely from the ground using natural cover to make a hide.
That's scrappy.
This would be a unique challenge that we'd never really faced before, offering us to be very mobile but extremely selective. Selective in a sense that perspective and angles would be limited, so only certain spots would work to our advantage. Wind direction and wind speed would also play a huge part. We'd also be relying heavily on a decoy to draw bucks into our shooting lane, as well as distract bucks from our noise and movements. Having that close call with another shooter made it very evident that the bucks were receptive to the calling. It was encouraging and exciting, but still no sign of Seuss, so a change was needed. We'd use the hills and terrain to our advantage for entry and exit as we explored to find a new ground setup for a south wind.
Are you ready for this? Payday. Sean's finally eating the good snacks.
Finally having some sugar. Giving up caffeine. Haven't had hardly any sugar in a long time.
No wonder we haven't killed anything.
It's time for the main event of the week. We are in the thick of it. Literally. This whole ridgeline is super thick, nasty stuff. These draws, we shed hunted it, and it is nasty, like so thick you don't really even want to walk through it. Might as well crawl. But we just kind of zigzagged in here on the hilltops and found one draw that we went into. It was not that much cover, so thankfully we didn't spook any deer out. And then we circled around the front of the ridge. And right here is one of the bigger draws on this side of everything. So this draw goes pretty deep going that way. And this is like the main draw through the farm. So they both kind of meet up right here. There are heavy trails coming right down to the middle. It just seems like a great place to be for traveling deer, especially bucks right now during the rut. I think we're in a good spot. It's warm, but I think it'll be good. Oh no, is that Seuss? No, that's Seuss. Seuss. Try to get him over here. You see him? November 14th. And we're back where we were at last night. We had a great encounter with some small bucks. And we've seen shooters up on the hill. Thing 1 and thing 2 this morning, which is pretty common. I think we've seen them pretty much every sit for the most part. The only problem is they're, a long ways away. We're gonna sit it out here for the rest of the morning, probably till late morning, and then early afternoon we're gonna move in further. It's supposed to be really windy, so we should be able to tuck in there pretty tight to where these deer are traveling back and forth from bedding to water to food. The 2 ponds are right down here, and there's no water within miles, so these deer are definitely getting water there. And then the weeds down in the bottom, so it's been very, very obvious what their travel corridor is. So, inching closer each time. Something's in there. Yeah. Gotta be a bug. Gotta be. Must have heard me rattle. Yeah. Maybe it's Seuss. There he is. There he is. Close. It looks like a big one. Close. Straight out. Straight out. Straight out. Like how far? Like just on the other side of those cedars, little cedars right there. You see him? No. Dude, he's gonna come in this gap right here. There he is, right there. It's Seuss. He'll definitely circle downwind. I don't see him anymore. When are we gonna catch a break, man? I don't think there's any way he'd come back. I just don't want him to get downwind. You said now a shot. He was quarter to me the whole time. Right. 54 where he was quarter to. How far though? 54. Oh wow. Down here he was in like within 35, 40, but I had no shot.
Oh my God. He came back.
I thought I heard both. I think I double lunged him.
I think so.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yes.
Congratulations, dude.
Thank you, dude. Thanks for sticking with me. That was incredible.
I can't believe he came back. What a roller coaster.
I was like, when I said that to you, I was like, we just can't catch a break. I said that. I can't catch a break. Because he went down here, and I was thinking he was going to go up here and get downwind, and then it was all going to be over. But he circled back, and because this little buck was here, we didn't even know it.
He's still right there.
And then when he stopped right there, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, I should have drawn when I first knew he was coming. And I didn't, and I was like, hopefully I can get away with it with this wind. And so I was like, I'll draw as slowly as I possibly can. And he caught me, but he still didn't. Oh man, he still let me get away with it. Wow. Thank you, Lord. It's been a tough past 3 weeks. We've had close encounter after close encounter, and finally got it done. Wow. Oh, man. Yes! Standing right in here somewhere. There's blood right there. Yeah, it's spraying all over. I was slightly concerned that it might be liver, but it doesn't appear to be liver blood. It looks like all along, which is good. He shouldn't be too far, I don't think.
Initially, we found the arrow in fairly good blood. Knowing the shot placement looked good, I wasn't really doubting the recovery, but Shortly after, the blood seemed to fizzle and he was heading uphill. Doubt quickly began to creep in, so we concluded it was safe to back out and wait for Cole to get there. After all, this story wasn't going to be complete without Cole being there to experience the recovery of the legendary Seuss.
I see him. He's down there. He's dead.
Oh yeah. He died.
Yes!
He died before he could bleed, man.
Yes! Wow. Come on in here, Cole. Wasn't just me. It was all of us. That's for sure. Cole was just saying it's one of the first deer we ever got on camera here. Dr. Seuss. Crazy buck. That first year he had like this wild thing going on. Was it his left side? I don't remember, but one of his sides. And
I think it was his left side.
picked up his shed, and that was kind of where the story started. And we thought then he was probably 5, so maybe 7 now. And he was a lot bigger earlier this year, but he shredded some points off. Cool deer, and all the work that we've all put in here, more or less the shoemakers, rather than Chandler and I, but we've had a blast doing it. And this is the first one off the farm. Cool deer, cool hunt. Man, couldn't be more thankful. This deer he is awesome, dude. So cool. Man, we saw him earlier on. I guess it would have been in October, yeah. And then we saw him yesterday for the first time this week.
Good. Some of these were like long on his bases too. These were like,
Yeah, I didn't know he had this.
just fighting everybody.
No kidding.
I pulled the 2 front bottom teeth, which are called the incisors, out of Dr. Seuss's mouth, and I've sent them into deerage.com, and they do what's called a cementum annuli aging, and that's where they just basically take a microscope and count the rings inside of the teeth, just like you do on a tree. You know, we only had trail camera history over the last 2 years because we only had access to the farm the last 2 years, and it just came back at 9.5. And the odds of a deer making it to that age are unbelievable. We knew he was old, but I didn't know he was that old. That's insane.
Thank you guys for watching that episode. Just got Seuss hung up on the wall. I had Bruce Jameson from the Outdoors Indoors fix his tines and everything for the mount. Obviously I didn't kill him that way, but I wanted him to look the same as he did prior to breaking everything off. So great mount, great hunt. First whitetail I've ever killed on the ground, whether it be spot and stalk or just sitting on the ground. First one with a bow that way. If you enjoyed this hunt, make sure you click on this episode here. It's Chandler hunting out there in western Kansas on the ground. Very similar hunt. It's an episode we released earlier this year. And make sure you like and subscribe our channel. If you want to be notified, click that notification bell as well to be notified each time we upload an episode. Thank you guys for watching.